Hey guys, this is Sergeant Stanley. Today we have the top 10 new free-to-play Steam games of 2021. Now this list features games that have very recently been released on Steam, so all these games are across a huge variety of genres. Before we start, though, only a few of you guys watching right now are subscribed. So if you don't want to miss out on more videos on free-to-play games, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe buttons. Let's get straight into the top 10. Chroma Bloom and Blight is a competitive playing card game that has its sights set on shaking up the scene by being a truly free-to-play card game, with every card and game mode being unlocked from the very awesome start. Chroma puts heavy emphasis on its lore and story-based gameplay. Matches play out its stories, which features up to 3 acts, and while this might be a bit complicated in comparison to the half zone, and so on, this allows the match to develop bit by bit, and lock in the potential of your hero, the main centerpiece which your deck is built around. While Chroma is a game in its early days, it has a lot of potentials, especially because everything is unlocked from the start, and that means you don't have to pay or grind as you see in other games like Hearthstone. But with that said, it will be interesting to see where this game goes in the future, and if they can develop more on the story-based gameplay. Up next we have the game called Spellbreak, a game that recently hit the Steam store. Now the concept of Spellbreak is interesting. It takes the rather unoriginal idea of battery out, and puts a big spin in it, that being the focus on magical combos and unique abilities. Choose from 6 classes that all have different abilities, but the twist is that these abilities upgrade as the game progresses, meaning everybody is kitted out for the showdown. Throughout the match you can also pick up scrolls to improve your talents, and increase your stats with powerful equipment scattered across the map. Standard battery stuff. Now it's a different take on the genre that hit the mark, and you can check it out of course on the Steam platform, but you can also play on PS4. Next up we have Spellforce Free Versus. This free-to-play the variant of the real-time strategy game, called Spellforce Free. Now Versus is interesting as it takes part of the base game, and puts it into a free-to-play format, and this is perfect for people who want to sample the experience without coughing up the cash. In this version, you're able to go head-to-head against other players in both unranked and ranked matches, but you can also take on AI enemies in a skirmish battle if you want to learn the ropes. Each match you can choose one of 3 races, each having their strengths and weaknesses, and then you hop in game, and the match starts. If you love it, you can buy the PvP upgrade, which gives you full multiplayer access, which isn't bad at all, or you could buy the full game and it's single player, but that is a little bit expensive. And next, that's Helltaker, the puzzle arcade game, with a unique concept, but also a unique soundtrack to boom. Now, the concept for Helltaker is fairly simple: complete levels and collect demon girls to expand your harem. While this might sound a bit abnormal, the game is fantastic to play. You have a limited amount of moves per round to complete the puzzle, and trying to crack each level is completely addicting. This game 100% encapsulates what the ND genre is about, an out there idea that is executed to perfection, and on top of that it's made by single developer too. Up next we have an indie gem on the Steam store, and it's called Vecter. The fast-paced runner shooter that captures the synthwave aesthetic to it. The goal is simple: hop in your ship, push the throttle to the max, and try to survive as long as possible by annihilating anything that gets in your way. The game throws obstacles, enemies, and more at you, but also helps you out with some power-ups as well. Graphically this game is fantastic, neon lines flying past you as you speed along the highway, and the gameplay matches this perfectly as well, with simple but smooth controls, meaning you're in full control of your ship. While the game focuses on its great single player, you can also do up to 4 players local multiplayer, which is a feature that I haven't seen in a very long time. The Vecter also has music importing, so you can listen to your tunes, and you can also have YouTube videos playing in the horizon. You can import those in as well. So this game is just feature-packed, made by a single developer. The Vecter is truly the complete indie package. Eternal Black Survival is the next generation of Battle, a character-based top-down game that mixes elements of MOBA and Battle, and on top of that it has an anime-inspired art style that's a lot to take in, but the game, in essence, is pretty simple. You choose your character and control them like any MOBA with your mouse. You've got your abilities, items, etc. as well that you can go and pick up, but then you have the battery out, the component where you hop into a vast map and try to defeat everybody to win. You can also craft equipment and upgrade your gear and also fight monsters, a game, or XP to level up. It is a weird fusion, but it does kind of work. It takes the great part to batter out the great parts of MOBA, smush them together, and you know it works. I think another reason for its success is there's the tension of it being a battery hour, but not the fear of being destroyed in one shot, as you can get in traditional battery hours like PUBG and Warzone. The MOBA format is also pretty tried and true, so this goes and shakes it up in a cool way, and it's for the better for the genre. Now Eternal Return is bolstered by over 20,000 reviews on Steam, and the game has a very positive rating, and that just shows that this game is the new thing that you need to try out. Bliss Unleashed is an upcoming MMORPG, published by industry veterans NeoWiz, and this game is expected to be something big. Originally touted as an Xbox One exclusive and then promptly released on all current generation consoles in early 2020. Bliss Unleashed has been out for a while, and has a healthy player base. However, everyone knows that the true MMO experience is on the PC, and that's where the upcoming PC release of Bliss Unleashed comes in now. Graphically, this game is already insane. The power of the PC is going to push that even further, and the gameplay seems to be very tight and on point. Now, as of recording, this game isn't on Steam yet, however it's going to be coming out very early in 2021 and will be in game to play. GWENT for Witcher is one of the hottest card games out right now, and especially on Steam. Based on the Witcher universe, GWENT sees you battle in fast-paced online PvP duels that combine bluffing, on-the-fly decision-making, and careful deck construction. Gameplay is very reminiscent of Hearthstone and alike, making it very easy to pick up and play even if you're not a card game fan. Now, pay to win is non-existent. While you can pay for cards with real-life money, you can also collect the new cards as you play GWENT. No strings attached. Furthermore, the Steam release features full cross-play and account sync with other versions of the game, meaning you can compete with players on mobile, as well as carry over all items and progress between these platforms. This game overall is a ton of fun, and the reviews show without having a very positive rating, and over 15,000 reviews on Steam, so make sure to check it out if you're interested. Now, The Supper is a very unique addition to this list. How can a short adventure game go toe-to-toe with the many AAA games featured here today? But believe me, The Supper delivers AAA experience in its unique way. The story needs to be experienced, but simply Mrs. Appleton needs to serve a special meal to some distinguished customers. I'll leave the rest for you to see, but the big draw to The Supper comes in the form of its graphic design, and just overall visuals, which are in the form of beautiful pixel art, and it's backed up by some amazing animations. This truly is a work of art, and when you go and play through, you will go and see that as pixel art is top-notch. The Supper is one of those titles that you just need to get inexperienced. Our biggest mention for today is Trikaya, a first-person puzzle game, where you as the player explores a long-forgotten temple, mastering magic, the soft puzzles, and uncovering the history of the temple's artifact. It's a short, fun, and straightforward game, inspired by first-person antics of a portal and massage. Now, the puzzles aren't super challenging, but the game is bolstered by its nice soundtrack for crescendos, at the right moment, topping off the experience quite nicely. Now, in terms of its graphics, Trikaya isn't the best, but the puzzles are fun, the experience is great, and it's worth a try, especially if you're a Portal fan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe for more videos on free-to-play games. But other than that, this is Sergeant Stanley rolling out.